Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay. If you're new, I would love to have you subscribe and stay. Just click the red subscribe button below. I'm excited about today's video, and I'm trying to decide how much is too much to put into one video, but you can never have too much good, interesting content, right? At least that's what I'm banking on today. So we have a tutorial, and I also have a few things that I want to show you that I've put in my shop or updated in my shop. So the first thing we're going to do is get straight into this tutorial, and then I'll go into some details about what's in my shop after that. This is my ephemera pack called Beauty of the Earth, and it has been updated. So it originally had 40 images. I just thought, 40 was a nice round number, but 40 only printed, it didn't finish printing the last page because there's 9 to a page. So I added 5 new images, and I'll see if I can point them out to you because this is a popular kit and I know a lot of you have bought it. So this this mommy fox with her 3 little babies, this one is new, and I think that was really, really cute. See if I can figure out all the new ones, if you can even find them or remember, because they're also so cute. Okay, so this one is new. These wild goats, this is new. The elephant is new. I believe this red flower here is new. So what is that, 3? Well, I don't know where the other 2 are. I think I might have grabbed a bird. Might be that one. And I think maybe this flower right here. So that's pretty much what's new. So now there are 5 full pages. I really didn't like sending these out with all that blank space. I really wanted you guys to get as much as possible for the pages I was sending out. So we're going to do a little file folder, stuffed file folder for junk journals using these ephemera pieces. And also wanted to let you know, this is the first of my ephemera packs to be available digitally in my store. I hope to eventually have all of them digitalized, or they are, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, so that you can download them and print them yourself. This one is available, and I will have that link below. It's exactly like this. They're 9 to a page. It's a PDF file, 5 pages, and they're printed 9 to a page. So you cannot resize them or anything. I just have them printed just like this, but you can print them on all different kinds of paper. I really like this Ivory 110-pound Spring Hill cardstock that I buy on Amazon. It's usually somewhere around $10 for a pack of 250, but sometimes it does go up a little bit more. Sometimes it drops to 8 something. Definitely, if you see it at $8 and change for 250, that's when you want to buy it, because that is an incredible deal. But printing this on white cardstock really makes it look bright and fresh. This makes it look more vintage and muted. But you can also just print it on 20-pound copy paper and then back it with copy dyed paper, or just like kind of collage it into your journals with a glue stick. All right, so enough about that. If you have not purchased it, then go get it. So digitally or printed, I offer it printed like this or cut out and inked. And if you've purchased it previously cut out, then go get it digitally so you can print it as many times as you want. Here is my idea for the tutorial using these. I found these vintage like Rolodex card tabs at a Goodwill, and I chose L because that's my initial for Lindsay. And then I just took a piece of cardboard and cut it the same size as the back. And I'm going to, well, it's a little crooked, but it's junk journal, so it doesn't matter, right? So I took a piece of wallpaper from a wallpaper sample book, and this is what I'm going to use to hinge the file folder. And I chose wallpaper because it's sturdier and it's going to hold up better for, and I don't think I measured, so I didn't. Oh my goodness, talking and I'm not measuring. It's going to hold up better with the opening and closing and not be as prone to ripping in the center. Another good thing to use if you don't have wallpaper would be fabric. Would be probably even better as far as durability goes. So we're just gonna eyeball stuff usually. Okay, so we made a little hinge. We're gonna fold it over, and it makes it look really neat too, to add that texture and a little bit of this muted color. I really like it. Okay, so now I'm just going to use a glue stick. You could sew it on. You could use a tape runner. You know, you can wait for wet glue to dry, which I have no patience for that. So I'm hoping that this glue stick works. I have not tried this brand. This is the This to That American Crafts, and I got it at Tuesday morning this past week. It was 3 of them for $1.99. It's not the best price, but I just wanted to try it, and hey, it was pink. So I just thought, you know, I would buy it and see. And actually, I'm really pleased with that so far. It held very quickly. I often use the Dollar Tree, like the Jot brand, and that is pathetic. I mean, it does work for some things. So this is definitely superior to that. All right, so then I'm just lining that up, finishing my hinge, pressing it down, giving it just a second to make sure that it adheres really well before I go inside. So there's just the little file folder, super simple, nothing to it. I'm going to take some ink, and this is Ranger dye ink in the color Cocoa. I also bought this at Tuesday morning, and I'm just going to ink up the edges just a little bit. All right, now I'm going to choose several of these ephemera and stick them into the file folder to stuff it. And then I'm going to talk about what we can use this for. I'm actually going to put it into my junk journal to show you how it could be used in a junk journal, but I also think that this is absolutely incredible for Happy Mail, and I'll go into that in a minute. So I'm just going to choose a few of my favorite images. I love these bird images with the aerial view or a view from the top so you can see their whole bodies and their beaks. I think this might be an Audubon image. I know it's a old image. So I'm going to choose that one, and I really like, you know, I'm probably just going to pick out birds because I love birds. So I'm just going to pick out a few bird images. But Beauty of the Earth, when I was putting it together, it is inspired by the hymn For the Beauty of the Earth. And when I was putting it together and choosing the vintage images, I was thinking about all of the variety and the beauty that Earth gives us. The variety, like you have everything from an elephant to a little squirrel to beautiful flowers. There's goats and ostrich and fish, and there's land and sea and mountain, and there's just so many. I'm going to also add this flower here. There's just so many incredible things, and I really wanted to show the diversity. And a lot of my ephemera packs, I stick so close to a theme like tickled pink, everything is pink, or washed ashore, everything is beach, ocean, sea life. But this one I just really wanted to show, I guess I'm going to use butterflies, I'm not going to stick to birds here. I really wanted to show how diverse this world is and how many beautiful things were created for us to enjoy. So I really think it came across well. I think that it is an extremely eclectic pack. And in this sense, eclectic meaning you can use it in so many different journals. So if you're doing a bird journal, you'll have some birds. If you're doing an insect journal, or just a vintage journal in general, any of the pieces will go and they'll add interest in things that you're not expecting. So as you're going through, you know, this beautiful journal, and then you see the love between the mother and the baby kangaroos, you know, just things like that. I think it's incredible. So I've just chosen 5 different images from the kit, and I'm going to ink it up. And a kit has 45 images, so now I still have 40 left. So if you're buying this printed version, you can see how many different things and projects that you can make with just one printed out kit. So I'm just inking the edges here. And then here's my little file folder, and all I'm going to do is stick them in here. And so I'm going to grab my junk journal and show you my plan for this. Now my journal is definitely getting chunky, but it's getting filled up too. So I'm going to find a place that has a good flat area and that needs something, like maybe here. And then I'm just going to clip it on. I have this flower paper clip. Whoop. can do this, right? There we go. And so you have this neat little vintage, looks like a mini file folder. And then when you pull it out, you can journal on the backs of each of these little things. And you could tuck them throughout the journal. So if you're putting this in Happy Mail or something like that, they can put it in their journal or just keep it, you know, nearby. Like a lot of journals have pockets like here in the front, and you can just tuck it here in the front of the journal, and then you have a whole bunch of little journaling cards that you can use throughout the journal. So, you know, I'm clipping it here, but let's say I move on and I'm journaling here and it's a blank page and I want something to inspire me. So I can just come over here, I can grab one of these little cards and I can just glue it to the page. I could turn it into a tuck spot or, you know, do a million other things with it, but we will just do this. I'm just going to glue it to the page. Now the page has interest. It looks beautiful with this little side here, and I can journal. Oh, my son is pushing the table. And now this page is totally ready for the pen, for my ideas, for my to-do lists, for anything. So I thought that was just such a wonderful little idea. If you do not have vintage Rolodex, what are these called? Like file folder tabs, it is super easy. Let me just show you what you can do. So just grab any scrap, and here I have, I had been spraying some coffee dye, and this is just leftover, and you can just make your own little file folder, just kind of offhand here. And then when you get to where you want the tab, this does not have to be perfect. Just make your tab. And then you can take your ink it up. Sorry, my boys are loud. So now you have your own little quick homemade file folder. You can slip in the little pieces of ephemera and away you go. Little side pockets too are great to tuck these into as well. So that's my tutorial, and there's two other things I want to show you that are bonus. I didn't want to do whole videos on them, so I hope you stayed around to see them. The first is I have added a new, sorry, I'm grabbing my stuff because I can't fit it all. I've added a new journal card set to my shop. It's mushrooms, and I know that a lot of you love mushrooms, and I am doing some projects that need mushrooms, so I put together a 16 card set. This is like my purple botanical set and my, what's the other one I have? The butterflies. They sell all the time. So I thought you guys might like a mushroom set. Here's the ones. They're backed with coffee dyed paper, stitched around the edges, and then coffee dye sprayed, like I put a stencil over it and I spray coffee dye. So here's all of the different vintage mushroom images. They're so beautiful. I'm going to be using these in a giant coffee book size gnome journal that I'm making for Virginia. If you saw my mini gnome journal the other day, you heard me ask for sponsors for big journals, and she sponsored, or pretty much paid for me to make a large journal, and she wanted kind of a coffee table book size. I'll show you what I've been working on as far as that goes, and then some of these are also going to be for a ring insert junk journals for Mandy, and they're kind of like herbal themed and kind of like medicinal, herbal, old, you know, wives herbal remedy type, you know, nature, that kind of stuff. So that's why I put this together, but this is also in my shop, so you can click that link below. And I thought I would just do a little quick update here on the gnome journal, and then also ask for one additional sponsor, and I'll talk about that in a second. So the gnome book that I had, actually, this is the cover when you take off the cover, the sleeve, and it's really neat because it's like a golden embossed gnome. So this is going to be the basis of the cover for Virginia's book, and it is about 8 by 12. So this is what I'm having to do, and it's really fun. I picked out some of the pages, and I used a scrapbook piece of paper to hinge them so they can go in the journal, and I did different stitchings, so they're going to look really neat. That's about as far as I have gotten so far. I'm going to leave the end papers, and I'm going to add a whole bunch of other papers in here as well, but it's going to turn into a coffee table size junk journal book. And then here's where I'm asking for another sponsor. This is going to be the next gnome journal. I have a lot of pages left in that gnome book that I showed you, the ones that are like these illustrations. And this book, look at how grungy and beautiful that is. This is a flower book, and I'm going to take the pages out. I may even use some of them in the journal, I'm not sure. But this cover, it just feels so amazing, and it's like a square almost. I think it's just slightly longer. But I just think it looks so grungy, and I think that, you know, doing like a stitched fabric and gnome and everything on the front would be so amazing. So if that is something you want done, and you would like this for yourself but done gnome style, then please either contact me on Facebook or in my Etsy shop. The links will be below, and we'll discuss that. Just like Virginia and I did, we discussed all of that, and you'll get 15% off as a thank you for being a sponsor to see this project through. So I would love to see this turn into a gnome journal as well. So thank you all of you for staying with me through this whole video. I just love sharing with you. I love all your comments. I read all of them. I take them to heart. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.